Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam, the Miracle Man. Now let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No delay. Let's do this. Let's dive in. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of that stress, the anxiety, the worries, those beliefs that say you're not good enough. And when you get rid of that head trash, miracles happen. There's a synchronicity that happens within the universe. It almost seems like that mind is constantly blocking. But we simply need to remember who we are. Perfect spirit or soul. We are connected to all that is. So this is the game we play. You know, that I remember now I'm spirit, I'm soul. Then we get lost in our story. Oh, I got this going on, and all these drama, situation, problems. So it's just simply the game we're playing. I got it, I lost it game. But realize that you have it all the answers are within you. I'm simply here to help you remind you that you know that you know. It's simply the mind convincing you that you don't know. Well, what I wanted to talk about today was that I was not happy with myself for a very long time. There's barely any photographs of myself. There's no videos. Like all that stuff isn't there because I had all these stories, all this judgment, all this criticism. And I didn't like seeing myself. That was all head trash. I wish I had those more photographs of me with the MS, videos of MS with me being unable to walk. Because I would love that contrast where I am today, that I don't have MS anymore. My doctors can't explain it. I can walk fine today. And here in New York City, I'm constantly walking miles upon miles on the weekends, it seems. Always walking. And I can remember when I was first diagnosed with MS, or within the first year of MS, that I maybe could use a walker for 50 feet. Really bad shape. But I'm fine today. And that's that big medical myth that we're stuck with things forever. That's nonsense. That's head trash. So when I see people on like maybe social media without a picture of themselves, and I'm like wondering why. And now that I'm on TikTok, I have these followers, but there's no TikTok videos. So I wonder why. What's going on? Yes, perhaps there's some technical issues. Maybe some others, it's privacy. Maybe it's really concern, for the privacy, their security. Maybe they had a traumatic experience in the past, so that's something that's stopping them, keeping them safe. But I suspect for the majority of people, it's the head trash stopping them, as it was stopping me. That I didn't like seeing myself, that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't measure up. That's all nonsense. We're here on purpose. We were born for a reason. Our soul, our spirit chose to be here, to have this human experience. That's our purpose, is to have the human experience, to learn, to grow. That's it. Every experience offers an opportunity to grow, but most people don't grow from those experiences. It's easier to complain about them or make excuses about them. It's harder to say, I don't have to live with this situation forever. Let's change this. You can change all situations, one pebble at a time. But that's too difficult for the busy mind that wants to keep you distracted and away from your power. I'm here really to remind you who you are. Outside the head trash, who you are. Help you remember that you are this divine, perfect spirit, the soul. You have unlimited potential and possibilities. So I'm simply reminding you that you know your answers. The answers aren't outside of you. They're always within you. We simply have to just be quiet and hear our own insights, our own information. But then we have to learn to trust those insights. Because this mind has beaten you up for so long. It's hard to trust yourself. To really be you. To be the authentic you is very difficult for most people. Because the mind seeks approval. And that's another form of head trash. That you need validation. You need approval from others. You don't need approval to be yourself. Just be you. The real you. Not this false illusion of yourself. That you are this divine being that can have it all. There are no limitations. You can do all things. Maybe it takes a little practice to build those skills, but you can do all things. No one's stopping you but you. And it's really the false version of you, this head trash, this noise. So we simply need to remember who we are. Who's stealing your happiness? What's the story that's stealing your joy, your happiness, your well-being? Because this head trash can make you very sick. And in my case, it was nearly deadly. It made me suicidal and all sorts of craziness. Because I didn't realize I had thoughts, I had beliefs, I had opinions, but I was not those beliefs, I wasn't those stories, and I definitely wasn't the labels. But I was completely identified with the bipolar label, completely identified with the multiple sclerosis label. That was me. I was MS, I was bipolar. I'm neither of those things. This body is just my vessel to carry me around. But we can get this inner light to match the outer, and things will no longer serve. So they go away. I don't need to have the MS lesson anymore. That went away. There's no point there. I got the lesson, which was to pay attention to me and what's best for me, not relying on others as the knowledgeable ones that had more information. But I knew that I knew the answers. I just simply forgot. It's the game we play. I got it, I lost it. Got it, knowing yourself as spirit, soul, where everything is possible. I lost it, complete confusion in the head trash, unsure which direction to go, unsure which direction to move. But there's a certain certainty that comes when this gets quiet and you can just be you, you can just relax and enjoy life here in this moment, just as it is, with no protest, just accept it. But then if you accept it, doesn't mean you have to live with an undesirable condition. It's like, this is miserable. Why do I want to live with this? But just accept that it's miserable. Then you say, okay, this situation isn't ideal. How can I change this? One pebble at a time. The mind wants to look at the whole situation, the whole miserable experience, and get rid of it instantly. Where spirit is just looking at this situation and say, okay, this isn't desirable. What's the one thing I can change? What's the next thing I can change? And the next thing. And moving it piece by piece, creating that change piece by piece, one step at a time. The mind just wants to get the shovel and just move the whole thing at one time, but it doesn't work that way for most people. It's a step-by-step process of slowing down, listen to yourself on the next steps. And there's no easy and clear answer. Unfortunately, there just isn't. Well, out there anyway, it's not clear. And here it's very clear. But this just muddies the water up. So if you're not happy with yourself, what's stealing your joy? What's stealing your happiness? How can you remember who you are? And you'll just keep going back in that game, remembering and forgetting. But the way you remember is just to be here in this moment. Fully here. Where are your feet? What's the surface? What are you sitting on? What does that feel like? What are you touching? Just engaging the present moment. The mind tries to make it really complex and difficult. But we simply need to quiet this, or not pay attention to this, not give it power. Really tune into who we are, perfect spirit. Allow that wisdom to rise up. Embrace our light. Then act from that light. Blaze that new path forward, that new way forward that's just perfect for you. Stop comparing yourself to others. What's perfect for you is perfect. You don't have to live with this. It's important that you accept the situation. Denying it just creates more stress and anxiety and all sorts of issues. But you can accept it, acknowledge that it's miserable or a terrible experience, then see how you can change it one step at a time. So create those videos, share those photos, share your wisdom, create these YouTube videos, create videos, go TikTok, create 15-second videos. Just start someplace. That's when you change your life, when you just start. Just start wherever you are, making that little change, that little change, that little change. and you'll see a whole new reality rather quickly. Within a week, two, you're going to see your whole life start to change in ways you can't explain. Because once you get into the world of spirit, it's very magical. That has no explanations. All right. Well, take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.